Yo, welcome, guys. My name is Boy Carlos for Immortal Testament IT. And if you are sane, if you want to live a normal life, you just want to live as a normal maybe, and if you are awakening, and if you are awakening, I think you need to listen to this. And if you are from the part of the country that I'm streaming from the location 9, Nigeria. I'm streaming for this part that's being called tagged Nigeria. And if you are in this environment, I want you to kind of pay attention to what I'm about to say in this live broadcast. My name again is Eboy Carlos. So I'm into music. I draw a music artist. I do that, and also into humanity. So I'll be making a lot of findings in the aspect of the arts world and how it affects our living. And I want everybody that is still trying to keep their brains normal in this place I mentioned to pay attention. Please, there's a lot of things that is going on, and I don't because of if you have this information, it will save you from depression. It will save you from a lot of question and agony that you are going to be really running into as the events that are coming begin to unfold. It's becoming more clearer that it is becoming vast impossible to live like a normal human being in this place anymore. And as you will as the situation begins to get deteriorated, as the situation begins to get worse on a daily basis due to the activities that is being exacted on humanity, there's a lot. Human beings tend to begin to create means of escape, because they are not empowered to face their real enemy. They are not empowered enough to face their challenge to the face, because no institution in this location that is actually empowering people, equipping people, giving people enough knowledge to be able to stand up for themselves. And it is the way the society, it's the way the governing system wants the society to be, and that's the way it is. But they have consequences, and we that are not actually in the let me say, because it's a class, and in this struggle, people belong to classes. We have different classes, but we that actually they tag us to be in some class needs to be very, very careful, most especially if you are intelligent, actually intelligent, not because you are BSc, because you have MSc, because you are sane, because you are this and that, all those rubbish, all those paperful jargons. No. That if you are inbuilt, you are a star, you are rising, you are awakening, you are also part of the people who are asking questions now, because that's that stage. Maybe a lot of people are beginning to get a lot of things now. A lot of questions is flowing around now, and you need to really need to understand that we are in a state of madness. See, every activities of lies, falsehoodness, criminal activities, and deception, failure, that is happening in the realm of those in the circle of those that are governing or control leadership come with consequences. Most of those consequences, little of the consequences is going to have effect on those criminals themselves. That's it. Because please, this is a blunt group, and if you are, I'm not a political correct. I don't have obligation to be political correct to anybody. I just want to say truth, and that's why I really call the attention of those who are intelligent, awoken, and not these people. Because if you're sleeping and I'm waking you up, you might get angry, you might get mad at me, you might throw at me. So why are you disturbing my rest? So I want to technically direct this information specifically to those who are actually not we are partially on the same page of about the perspective of that, who feels no matter how long bad lies stand, it can never stand in the place of the truth. No matter that a lot of people are doing foolish rubbish and mental, showing mental sign of mental deformity. That a lot of people are showing sign of mental deformity in many ways because of the poverty. It is not necessary that we should also join them and be part to that. That majority and the crowd are pulling a stunt doesn't make it right. That the norms and laws in a particular place does not make the laws and laws healthy for humanity, especially some set of humanity. If a country has been hijacked, if a country has been hijacked by criminals and gangsters in every department, when you go to the government, the leadership, the main leadership, the administrative department, it's been hijacked. When you go to the spiritual department, it's been hijacked by gangster. When you go to the educational department, which they divide how a nation runs, and it be hijacked, then you have economic crumbles over crumbles or economic crumbles. And because of this economic crumbles, profit some other higher governance bodies. It becomes those countries that fall into this economic situation becomes a resource to those big governance establishments around the world. And then so interest now interject interest is now like interconnected with one another. The interest of this feed the interest of that, so it form a network, and then that network is becoming bigger on daily basis, because both parties that run the network, they are benefiting from this, and they are not showing any sign of remorse. They are not showing any sign that they are going to stop this very soon, and that is why we need to prepare ourselves. Most especially, we want to start with parents. Parents, I want every parent to begin to go and sit down and reschedule their expenses, most especially on education. I want to beg you on the aspect of religion, but I don't want to step a lot of people's toe now, because that's not the purpose of this broadcast now. But I can still get there, but I want to focus on education because it's going on now. Because education suck money away from parents, even than the religion that I invitation want to even it add on. So now you see the deception in the whole education system. See, let me tell you, go and make your research. You need to learn chemistry, biology, physics to become anything in life. You need to learn multiple courses, you don't need to go through multiple lanes of subjects to be intelligent. There's a lot of people countries that doesn't run the same syllabus like us also build things. Even we that run every syllabus slave for templates kind of syllabus. The syllabus that look like a slave templates. A syllabus that look like a distraction, an intentional method of dragging people back, time wasting kind of education system that Nigerian runs over the years. I want you people that come out to tell us that you guys are intelligent, that are versatile, to sit down and do reality check on what have we been profiting from the billions of naira sweat that parents have invested in education in this location that I'm talking about. So now, I did that for you. I discovered that you've not made any progress in the life of developing with youth, because I was once in the category of taken from the parent going to school, and I can tell you what was in the frame mind of my parents when they were sending me to school, and what plays out at the end of the day is a different ball game. So I happen to be, because I'm not going to tell you things that is not my major part of my experience, even though I'm a researcher, part of what I do. I'm not going to tell you also things that are just high speculative, but I'm telling you from experience that it is not, the education is not, from experience, the education is not a solution to problem. It does not solve any problem in the part of the world. So now, instead of spending big money on your kid, scrap. See, when Nigeria, the place, the location I'm talking about, that I'm referring to in this live broadcast, became a land for scavengers, where everybody come to scavenge, and in scavenger land, people take advantages of one another. The strong take the advantage over the weak, and this system begin to reproduce themselves among the circle of the country. So at the point in the educational aspect of the country, we begin to have private schools. Private schools begin to hijack, bringing a lot of ceremonial, because we are sheeple. I'm very sorry. That is who we are. Sheepish people are people who judge people by image They respond to light, they respond to images, they respond to beauty. They are highly response to beauty, things that attract. Most especially is being this kind of mentality is being majorly the weakness of the artist. Yes, the weakness of the artist. Artists they like beautiful creating things. So when they see that the creativities, they are attracted to it because it's the art. So and most of those people that develop the habit of scavenging people in this contraption develop the heart. So the craft they get into they get into competition because it's a competitive world. Human being, we are not supposed to be competitive, but I'm not going there today. So they put private institution that in a state that if you are a normal citizen in this contraption, you need to put your child into private school. So they form KG1. It was even obscured. Primary 1 to primary 6 is barbaric. It's very, very barbaric. Don't talk of GS1 to SS3. GS1 to SS3. Another barbaric section of life. Very barbaric section of life. Very barbaric ladder of education in the first place. So when in order to add to the burden of the parent, the private institution about the space of 10 years ago begin to add some extra classes like KG1, KG2. We have pre-KG. Some schools have pre-KG. You have to pay school fees. You have to pay school for pre-KG. You have to pay school fees for pre-KG1, KG2, KG2. And there's a school that even want to, after KG2, they still want to go to nursery 1, nursery 2. Then think about it, because you don't want to stay along with kids. Women are supposed to stay with their kid for at least 3 years before they begin to separate from them. And this is why you give back to kids that are wayward nowadays. And you begin to talk, you begin to wonder. You begin to say a lot of things. It is our input. And that is why I'm trying to educate a lot of youth, Nigerian youth. Let's forget about these elders. Not really forgetting about them, not care for them. Care for them, because if you care for them, the people coming also are going to care for you. But let's forget about expecting things from them. Who taught them? Where would they learn those things they want to give you from? Where did they learn it from? Study history. Ask questions. Let us stop all these normal norms that is taking our time, that's sucking us away from the reality. Let us go back and study. We need to know a lot of things. My people, my highlight people, my intelligent people, the people that are waking up. We need to know a lot of people. They create all these burdens. Parents begin to, they begin to shock it. They are adding them one after the other. It started from KG, pre-KG, like all those things. Then at the point you go to 10 series of classes that you have to take the children to. A mother, parents really, but mother now. We're supposed to enjoy 3 years continuous closeness with the kid. Training, being the first training that a child is supposed to take from the mother before going, because of the civilization, before going normally. But I don't want to take because I'm going to sound this so Greek to you guys. But normally, in normal settings, every family is supposed to have business what they do in every family, and that's what the kids in the family is supposed to wake up to and learn. Maybe intensify, maybe do in another dimension. That's how every family is supposed to contribute to the economy of a country. So family is supposed to be nuclear, big, and like a company, like like if you cannot govern your family, how can you govern big? That's how it's supposed to be. Like from family to the community. But at the civilization that was introduced to you by those who actually want to captivate us and capture us internally, was the type that doesn't recognize the imminent importance of family. Our family can foster, solve a lot of problems that individually we face, because we run the system of the so-called civilization. And after reviewing all the so-called things that you guys call civilization, I see no progress. I even cherish the life of those who came before us. And you guys keep calling civilization 3G, 10Gs, phone promas, all these things gimmick to suck up money, to suck us, to keep us in a perpetual circle. So review your education, the education system of your kids is very important. Don't spend money. I will advise that family that have their time should give should It's not even sustainable. I just want to. It's not sustainable because I don't want to be sounding as if I jump into Nigeria. It's not sustainable. If I'm telling you to ask your wife to stay at home for 3 years, being with the kid, taking care of it, it's not applicable in this place because everybody is at run. Everybody is under pressure. So nobody's at time anymore. But when you are under pressure on getting the money, spend it in a very, 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 very enlightening way. Your children don't need all this long story to be an accountant, to be a good accountant. I don't need to go to school to become an artist. I can sing. I have a lot of songs out there on the platform. These are talents. Let us give way for talents. Things that come inbuilt with that child. You never allow us to do anything. The moment we come to this life, you guys hijack all with all this your information, your religious, your government, your schools, you didn't give us a voice. Even though when we come we cannot speak properly. But at least when we begin to speak, we were unable to form our own opinion. It was chemistry, physics, and maths. A lot of things about like that. Beyond all those subjects. If it's 20 subjects, life has more than million subjects. And there's a lot of million ways into life. If it is getting money for the airlighting, money is not the problem of the whole universe. The problem of the whole universe is the brains that govern those money. So money is not really the problem. You have to be awakened to understand that money is not the problem. Because if money is the problem, those who have the money will be staying here for life. Since death does not respect regard them, so money is not a solution. You just want to have a layer time, die smoothly, probably enjoying the time. So most of you guys are at the expense of the inner peace, no care, outward life, so far you impress others. No. This, if you still want to impress others, you still have a bit of psychological deficiency in your brain, so you still need to deal with it. It's not abuse. I don't want to abuse anybody, but it's still a little bit psychological, still learning. So that's why you want other people to feel okay whenever. So you should be able to live your life happy where you are, but that's not that I'm an education now. So living primary school, that's foundational. That's why I start from primary school. Secondary school too. I will advise everybody to just after primary school, take your child home, and then before they begin to learn a lot of things in secondary school, because that aspect is what I want to really emphasize on. Many Nigerians have asked a lot of questions. I wake up into questions in this country around 1980s, late 1980s to early 1990s. We wake up to a lot of questions. But then there are responses to those questions, but we don't bother to listen. I discovered that I need to stay this long on earth to know this. So it helped me not to blame others who actually don't know. Probably maybe they are not up at this particular realm of life, which I am. And the Lord are still higher. So you don't need a lot of things, but you need some things, like asking what events. You need to know history. You need to make research. You need to search. People need to make findings. People need to desist from this national, like, hold on a second. This national, what we call national space of see the template. See the template that the government, please beat order. Yeah. So we need to keep up with the learning of the template of how we are being governed around. We need to ask questions. We need to begin to look at that. What is the intention behind this? Intention behind instructions. Intention behind commands. Intention behind laws and norms. We need to begin to ask questions. And after asking question, I discovered that education that was given to Africa does not have the intention to actually make African great engineer, become those who build aircraft, become those who build this thing. If those who give you the education give you the blueprint of the education to build that, there won't be means for those people to sell cars to this part of the world today. I don't know why this is difficult for majority of people to see. That is a failure from the beginning. Now, secondary school, I left primary school. I would have preferred that you just take your kid home, enroll online for them from when they finish primary school, or take them to where they can learn boxing, races, sports, this career life, music, playing things that easily show to people and they begin to get their money right from young age. I encourage you parents to allow your kid to make money early. Forget them. If any kid is going to make money and go, it is, let us, because we're going to get there. Like people dying and they try to blackmail a lot of things. So, and they try to prepare us in the aspect of fear towards death. And we need to change a lot of there's an intention to educate us towards a particular pattern of life. I see that because I bother to ask questions. I better to say alas. Wait, I don't think everybody rushing this manner. Hey, trending. No. In fact, from right from kids, trending, love, all those things look like a foolish, stupid thing to me because I don't need to impress. I don't think I have this energy to make. I don't think you so. You don't necessarily need to be impressed by. You don't necessarily need to eat. I just need to tell you the truth. I am obliged to also be honest to myself, to be honest to those who actually want to cancel, because that is brilliancy. Brilliancy is all about giving honest reports about what you see. You don't need to hide, you don't need to remove most of the time because it corrupts your ability to relate things exactly the way they are. When you learn habits of adding information, twisting information like that, it becomes a pattern of life of those whoever train their brain, their mind to work in that manner. So even if they are brilliant initially, as time goes on, they begin to, fumble. Those intelligent people that follow them will notice because there's a way to trace people's reaction and people's words anyway. So secondary school is where this is a lot of questions that we are asking in the early 80s. That I discovered that it was a setup. Our academic life was a pure setup. Even though during 90s, seniority in school is in secondary school, boarding schools is now beginning to leave the same gradually, but there's still eminence, but they are leaving the screen. They're not like in 80s. In 1970s, in 1980s, and these are the people who went to school in 1980s, early 60s, 1970s, early 1980s, are the one governing you today. No love. It's all facade. They learned that from secondary school. It's all set up. Let me tell you, seniority is what was used to disembark slaves in slave camp. Competition is a useful tool to divide people. Short ration, people short ration technique in slave camps is meant to divide the slaves so that they will fight over the little rations that you are giving to them. They fight over it, and after the fight, it doesn't end there. Even a lot of people leave the issue, but a lot of people will not leave the issue. They are intelligent, they don't forget. So, most of people don't forgive either. So it caused rancor, internal disagreements and which is helpful for their captors, those who take them captive. This division is beneficial for them because it is this division that will produce those that will report one another to them, those that will backbite each other to them. So this method of short ration, seniority, short ration system, seniority, destroy was useful. They've used them because slave camps was like a school. But what is being taught in those schools are just to obey and to do whatever is being done. When the schools begin to go technical, most of the technical work of the slave were being taken over by the so-called captors too. So, don't let me digress too far on that. So, secondary school now, I studied secondary school pattern of life, the curriculum. Leave the curriculum alone. It's interesting, we go to school, we learn. We shouldn't be lazy to learn, but not too much, so that we can stay focused. Because the Nigerian and most of African education pattern is teaching you distraction. They are giving you a psychology of distraction, psychology of picking many things and doing nothing, really. This is what they are trying to teach you. When they take you through a lot of subjects, you have a lot of ideas. So to pick one, to stay focused, become much more difficult. And your time, there are some ages that creativity is like flowing. Those ages you'll be in school. When you're supposed to be using those creativities, you'll be in schools, taking instructions for years, and then worst of it, there's no place you can practice most of this you learn. So in secondary school, away from their curriculum and their subject activities, and now go to seniority. How the F do you expect those who went to those kind of schools to show love when they become leader? Because most of them were the one who lead from 90s, 2000 to today. How do you want them to show love? Like for example, a student, a GS1 student that was admitted to school. I was excited. I'll be excited that I'm getting to school, and I discovered that I'm in another word, an LO, core security, the rampage. The secondary school system, even though many of us will praise begin to praise our senior, we use it, but it was later that I discovered that it destroyed the psychology of those people to actually show love to followers. It teaches leaders that followers are slaves. It teaches you that whenever you are in a position of privilege, instead of you to use the position to support those people, those new intake of students into the school, instead of supporting them, we encroach them, we begin to abuse many of them, molest many of them, rape many of them, make many of those girls who will not date them go through hell. And it was promoted. Those who promote it knows that you are not going to have a good leader in the future. They know what they're doing. They know that school is supposed to be like that. They know that school is supposed to be run that way. School is not being run. School is not a slave camp where you assert your seniority, your ego on other children. No. You're supposed to support, show love to those kids. Help them fetch the water. Not that they fetch theirs, they fetch yours. Wash their clothes, they wash yours. You guys are supposed to be the mother to those kids. You boys are supposed to be the father. Senior father to those kids, taking care of them. When you learn this habit, it's what you take to the civil servant. It's what you take it's what you take to your family. The same habit of catering for those who are follower, who lean on you for support, is what you're going to take to every other aspect of your life. If you make it, if you ever find yourself in a big position. But what do we have in secondary school? These are Nigerians that blame a lot of things. You blame people. You don't ask them where they're coming from. Okay, the good leadership that we want, where did he learn it from? Who taught him? Who told you? Where did you learn? Who teach you? Where did you learn it from? Check the history. Where did they learn it from? That I want to replicate to. Is it secondary school? Look at the secondary school they went to. Seniority. Whereby you take everything, you give nothing. See, look at them today. They take everything, they give nothing. That's what they learn. It's getting 2 years is enough to learn an habit. 2 years. What am I saying? 2 months is enough to learn an habit, to adapt. A lot of people don't actually like that. They don't want to use seniority on people, but because majority, that's what majority are doing, so they have to wash my clothes, stood down, some people, a lot of it's slavery. You know what they do? After enslaving our forefathers, they try to pass it down as a culture to us, so that we can keep on repeating it in every aspect of our institutions, in every aspect of our life. We take this even to the belief system, but I don't want to talk about that now. So the education of secondary school curriculum is questionable. The subjects, the 13 subjects, 50 subjects is highly unnecessary. It shows that those who put up those skills do not want those skills to be productive actually. Because when you do too many things, you lost the productivity. No productivity. No productivity. You do this, study chemistry, study this, study physics, you know biology, you know chemistry, you know the principle, you know the teacher that principle, Charles Darwin, Le Chateliers, Gagamian principle, all those principles of molecules or everything. You come to biology, you know all this, government. When we were secondary school, we do everything together. Science, GSS class. I mean, you have to separate and reduce your course when you get to SS1. Then you stay focused. SS1, adulthood. Many of us are beginning now to chase women at that time. SS1, early bed guys. You understand? So, secondary school pattern is not the one that learn you how to be technically, savvy. You cannot at the end of secondary school, you are not productive enough to produce anything to the economy. Secondary school, there are some people who are already 25 before they attain that level. You've not learned anything enough to produce anything to the economy. How can that country survive? So before you and at the point, I was pointing fingers too. Oh, bad leader, this useless, but and I discovered that these guys are not actually listening. They don't have the sympathy. These are not the human beings that can actually think really. And those who train them, who motivate them, they know that they're going to be useful. They don't know the importance of good economy. Leaders that doesn't know that the more the population, the more the tax revenue, the more the tax income, the more you have workers, the more you have people who are working. It's a blessing. Population supposed to be a blessing to leaders if they are serious. I see people who are mentally challenged complain that human beings are overpopulated. You see, a lot of things is just actually a mental issue, but we laugh over it. When human beings we've not occupied any major part of the world that is yet unoccupied. You can see a lot of diseases speaking coming behind the camera. The absolute, they might be in any position, it doesn't matter what position. That's what I said. You need to remove the sheep. You need to wake up beyond the sheep standard of life of humanity. I'm trying to tell you that there's also other realms of humanity whereby you virtually don't take people by. You listen to people's words. You look at their appearance, fine. You look at it as if you must see the person that's talking, but you don't actually pay respect to whatever it is they put on, they look like, they sound like. But you begin to look at the psychologist who is speaking. What's your intention? What are you not telling me? It's important to lead that way. Free this, free donation. I don't want to go that way, but secondary school is still my focus. So when you leave secondary school, I think you're 18, 17, 12 now. We have 12 now. You have 15 now. We have a lot of fast guys now. You're not still productive. Then university in Nigeria, both private, public, federal, state, poly, college of education, university in Nigeria. This is not necessary. It's not necessary anymore. My dear parents, remember many colleagues of parents who die paying school fees, commit a lot of crime. Many women commit a lot of crime. Many families did a lot of things to pay school fees. Many own a lot of health issue There's a lot of pressure, hypertension to pay school fees, do projects. Look, parents has been short-circling their life to sponsor people to school because it is societal norm to people, to people who are not, to those people then that they must do it at least to get a name. Because if they don't do it, people maybe can call them foul. They can turn to foul and fly away. They can turn to go to the next few decades. If they don't do it, it is the consciousness of that time. If it still continues in the generation of nowadays, then we should be taken as a questionable people. Actually, we are really, really questionable. It's not necessary. We have courses, a lot of courses online. People can learn and get certificates and get work. Go and fast check what I'm saying. There are courses online. You don't need the certificate. You don't need it. You don't need it. It doesn't give you money. If money is all you need, use your brain. Think inward. Know yourself. Know who you are. A boy, two punches can a win can give you a whole life. What? Please wake up, parents. Help this youth to go rational so that they don't end up thinking of using you for rituals. Because they are frustrated seeing their elder brothers who has been to school, do all these other activities, getting back home, managing low life. Many of them see dragging to get married because they don't want to incur responsibility that they can't take care of. Hey boy, I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you, but I'm still telling you. Will you please listen? Stop putting more money, more loan on that kid. Rather, think about it. Those of you who are already putting you are sponsoring your kids. Maybe, fine, but be prepared. Be prepared beyond that. Go and get other money to re-establish that child after secondary school. It is when you re-establish that child that you can now sleep as a responsible parent. But you are still going to be a responsible parent if you do not send that child to university. Rather, you empower that child to be money machine. Then if that child if that child envy that certificate, let him decide himself and sponsor himself. Please, let us come to this reality now. After secondary school, I'm telling you, are parents. Don't take your children to university, back cock, front cock, middle cock, this side cock. By any say AMU, OAU, ULASU, Unilag, Uniport, Abu or anything. Please, Poly, Unipoly, Unic, all this. I don't know. All these edu colleges. Yes. Yeah. What will happen to teacher? The workers. People will see the world is actually leaving some templates alone. They slow themselves down, trying to enslave one another. Yeah, some species came into the world that really were arrogant and disrupt the whole activities of humanity. Some species came to the world and messed the whole things up with their competitive life. We know them. But we African, now I'm explaining to all African community, stop putting that money in most of the universities. It doesn't work. It has not been working. It's just some few people who are privileged. It's maybe a million graduates. Maybe out of that million graduates, okay, about 60,000 of them get employed. Get good employment that they can actually sustain them. Without them having to still do other things to survive. Yes, and some another 100% of another 100,000 of them get this all this. Let me stay alone kind of employment, and the rest. Let me say 840,000 people in the town, they have to survive on their own. So it's just few people, or every year. Then the rest of those people who are not employed, most of them will end up in prison, dead. in the activities, in the process of trying to survive, most of them end up criminal, endanger more people. Yeah. So African parents, Nigerian African parents, African parents, please, let us come to reality check on what we are spending money on. Keep that money. Look at it. Admission, acceptance fee, school fees, money. I'm still talking about money. Now, money is little in secondary school. Life of your children, money is still little. As I touch the money, I don't in university. I don't mention about anything about their curriculum, their courses. No, I know they are not productive. I know. So I don't want to go there. I know they are not productive. I know. People still go to them. They cannot stand on their alone on their own and be sustainable. They know without the economy. I know. They still need support. All these people. They still need wheelchair to push them. After all the years, they are not sustainable enough to stand on them. I know. But I'm talking about the life, the psychology, because the main mention I'm making of the psychology is after the psychology. Now you go determine how your king go racing. Now you go tell your king how you go racing. How you go take your word. Everything where you drop inside that memory where the entire and that psychology will process them. And those psychologies are built under information, long-time information, experiences and conformity, pressure. They are major ingredients that produce the thinking. So what does university do to your children? Now female. It's university that messes up the life of most female. Most daughter. Yes, it's the university that exposes them. University they have to leave your premises, go to a far distance. You are no longer there. It started from hostel. In hostel, I did not make mention of hostel of secondary school because I don't want to really. I might still go to that, but I want to quickly go to the aspect of the university for. It started from hostels because hostels to have their own contribution to how our life is being, our mental health is being of question mark nowadays. Some activities that we take as civilization that look like a camp to me, a slave camp, camping, slave camp, that take family love away. Family, my brother don't love me. What happened to brother? You don't even do like my elder brother. Those things that gradually systematically shock family away, keeping the kids away from their children to a civilized world, whereby it's such a civilized world that we tell them how to live, how to do a lot of things, was very, very error. Most especially for Africans, because Africa cannot be made that way. If it works in Hawaii or in I don't know, Stuttgart or Tottenham, if it work like that in Beijing, in Chile, in every other part of the world, it's not applicable to African people. African people, family is very, very important. It wasn't something to joke with. Taking kids away from parents to go and stay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months was a setup again. Now you send your daughters to university, they pack their load, you get them an hostel. Initially it was an hostel. The purpose of the hostel for the school authority to keep an eye on them. It's lie. Let me tell you, it's lie. See, it is those girls that have the courage to come and tell you what they went through when they were in secondary school that lead to cases, led to arrest, led to being prosecuted, led to being, there are many that were swept under the carpet. So when you keep your girls in the school authority, you trust the school authority to take care of them. It doesn't work that way. Divide your trust. Don't divide that trust. That's it from experience. Not even initially, it's not applicable. I discovered that it's not applicable. It's not a good thing to do. But we have do it for over a year, but it doesn't work. We did not provide, we did not produce good, matured, responsible women over some serious of time. And it's not their fault. It is the life we expose them to. Send them to secondary school, they begin to live single life, they begin to live out of their parents' instruction guidance. They are exposed to being meeting boys who is going to craftily deceive them. They are exposed to meeting lecturers who is going to craftily lecturers. They don't share the same character. You expose them to a lot of human those who are highly, they can do a lot of things to get human, no matter which age they are. And they have power to make their victim keep quiet forever. And the saddest part of it is that when you keep something below your mind, as you suppress it, it will be there. It will circle your mental health. The fact that you did not let it out, it will be producing, it will be germinating. It could lead to mental dysfunction it could lead to it can mar the character, the willingness of that lady to protect any good character, and thereby choosing it and that aspect of life. And learning how to keep dark secrets. And it demonizes them. Where they see smile, put on pancake, smile, and present themselves as girlfriend and wife. It is the few cases that media, those who took the courage to come outside and speak up, expose that, wow, prosecuted. Maybe in those days, but now, there's not even need to be prosecuted. It doesn't really, actually, really all the time happen again. So, the boys now, boys now enjoying all those freedom they always envisage. They can club now, they can do a lot of things now. Actually, people want to study initially because a lot of children those days want to add certificate, but also it also gives them a chance to see things, to see places, which is fine. How about you parents be the one that shows your children most of the things they see first in their life? Children that have been trained this way tend to worship their parents throughout their lifespan and train their children in that manner. How about if universities is what you go to every day and come back to your parents' house on a daily basis, and you don't have to stay in the school from morning till evening, even to the afternoon, whereby you can see every family business, support family business, because there's supposed to be a family business. If a country is going to get rid of poverty, not money. Poverty is what people need to get rid of, abundance. There's supposed to be a plan. If there's no family business, it is family that will say, okay, this is what we are doing in our family. Let us educate our children towards this thing so that they can intensify it. There's none. Then talent. What's your talent? Okay, I cannot do this. Okay, you must have a talent. Then what can you do? Okay, how does it? If we look at it, then support your child. But you're taking them to university, they form the family space, they fill it up. A lot of people feed the boys, we feed those space, and girls too fill those space up with a lot of people, bestie, mommy, they call themselves name in school. Those who mentor them, I'm the one who's going to tell you how the schools run. If you don't follow our instruction in this school, you're going to have problem. All those kind of people come to become like a godfather who teaches them a lot of things that they later learn. And as the economy, because the school, the intention of the school is not actually to support the country. So as time goes on, it tells on the economy of the country. And as the economy of the country begins to depreciate, so is the activities in those 3 places that I mentioned: primary school, secondary school, tertiary institution, begin to get more toxic. A lot of toxicities are coming out of those places, because if a country is wrecking, is going down, is losing its relevancies because of their activities, because of a lot of things that they are doing to themselves, because of shooting themselves over the years. If they are now having effect, diseases, they are having issue, institutions begin to show errors. There's a system that will begin to complain, like academic life. Because the system will underpay their staff, the system will not begin to take care of their staff again. They won't have the time. Not that it's not necessarily the money, it's the mind, it's the brain to do it. And that's why I said in the beginning of this broadcast that it's actually not the money, it's the brain of those who control the money that creates poverty. So, and for the poor people to actually many poor people to break away, they need to learn how to spend, to use these rich people to do business with these rich people. Okay, they build university. Don't take your kids to their university. Is your child. If any child say he must go to university, let him sponsor himself. I'm not telling you to tell your children not to go to university, but first tell them that I want you to be able to be sustainable first. Be sustainable. The money you want to go and spend in university, learn how to make it. Spend time with me. Let me teach you how to make money legitly, so that those children will not go in the long way and think about making use of you as a parent as money rituals. Save them every risk they might plunge themselves into as they go into the phase of life. We parents, if you don't do all these things to secure the life of your children, it will tell when you are old, when you need their support. You are not helping us, we youth, by forcing us to school. The schools that will make us great. They are just there to waste our precious time. It is few who show brilliancy. They grab them, they take them, give them scholarship out of scholarship, out of billions of children. Even you that have scholarship, how many people can you raise out of poverty bracket? Does the scholarship help many? So if we stop this, it's not going to only go to help our children and salvage the trending moral derail that is getting to the last war stage now. It will salvage us from raising children that will conceive thoughts of doing a lot of things that will put the parent into shame, into perdition of heart, into psychological bondage, or into any ill feelings that might later get you deteriorated health-wise. It will save us a lot of stress. It will also save us our hard-earned money. We will use the money to invest rightfully into the proper channel. Can your child be a good rewire? Making a specialist in rewiring work. There's a lot of money there. Bricklaying, making a good professional bricklaying. Take him to where there's information on earth on this social media now. Tap into them. Let them have skills. Let people begin to call them. Come and do this for me, and they become those who can do it for them. Solutionist. Make your children solution first to problem. Then they will make money. Then they can go to school. If you are radical, do it from primary school. If you are not radical, if you don't have the mind, do it after secondary school. If you do it from primary school, before the child know how to spend big money, he has started making money for you first. Yes, before you now learn how to spend the money himself. You now learn how to open his own personal account and keep his money and give you whatever he deems fit. Before that, that's the benefit. If it's secondary school, some child are still very submissive to the age of let's say 20, 25. Secondary school, if you get them trained and do them, you can still benefit them a few years before they really get this responsibility they themselves. Because they will have girlfriend. It's not a bad thing to have girlfriend. It's not a bad thing to have fun, have sex. It's a biological something. It's a responsibility. Every parent must be prepared for it, because that's what you do to produce. So all this hypocrisy, all this thing that we have been trained about life that makes life so strange and so difficult, to also look like as if it's an enchantment to me. Because people don't actually ask questions. I don't know why human beings expect to eat, drink, body takes in, and but there's a lot of activities in the world. If they don't complete, you'll be getting psychological problem. You might not know it's an underlying issue, little by little, because there's a chain of activities that must occur through the body system. The one that need to discharge, you go out. The one that need to go to toilet, the one that need to go to bed, to woman, to man, to sweat, grow out, needs to. When one is active and other is not active, then there is going to be an issue. It's common sense, but uncommon as the world goes so common in their reasoning. It becomes uncommon. Now, it's common sense. So away from that, that's about education. Just for the awakened people, and that's how to economize your money. For those of you who are running a family, or for those of you who are actually children to one family or the other, I'm giving you a piece of advice to just think of something that you can do apart from your pursuit of BSc in whatever it is in this country. I'm not even telling you now to go and get BSc, MLC in England or in all those things are still foolish mentality. Really, I want you to be professional. I want to be able to do something. I want to go online and do coding. I want to go online and do software. I want to go online and build software and build websites and help people, defend their company against attacks. I want to learn hacking. I want you guys to go and learn hacking. I want to go and learn bricklaying. I want bricklaying, advanced level bricklaying. I want you guys to go and learn mechanic, advanced level mechanic. I want you guys to go and learn machining. I want you guys to go and learn blacksmithing, how to do blacksmithing, advanced blacksmithing. You can produce a lot of things. You can produce cylinders. You can produce a lot of things, little spare parts. You can imitate a lot of little spare parts and you begin to sell them. I want to begin to go and learn crafting it. I want to go how to weave. These are the things that are available. People need them. Stop deceiving yourself to go and use bunch of years learning rubbish. Learn how to say rubbish and do nothing. Have to say so much and do nothing. Produce nothing. I want to go and learn how to become an artist, do beautiful song, educate people. I want to go and learn how to play instruments. A lot of things. Learn sport, be a good boxer, challenge your opponent, beat the win belt. It's money. Both of you get more paid. I want to go and do sport. Learn how to play football. Support your children on how to play football. Support them. Music. If you see them showing sign of music, support them. See that I support them. Don't mind. Allow them to get money early. What if they are going to go back early? You cannot do anything about it in the first place. So allow them to get the money early. The earlier is better for you. It will give you a chance to enjoy your life than using your 50 years to look for school fees. 40 years, 55, 60, looking for school fees when you're supposed to be using the money to support yourself, to plan for your and do other things about that. You see, you see, 50 years you're supposed to still be helping the community. If the community was supposed to, is just actually community, if not the one that has been Europeanized. I don't want to say the red, but it's not a good thing to be civilized. I think it's better for us to have live our life gently and still enjoying our women, enjoying our drinks, enjoying our food, enjoying the way we're living our life. Not that because we are living that way, animals will begin to run at us and kill us. Nobody hates the way we live until those who hate it came. And not that the heads complain that we are not living fine. What is civilization, for God's sake? I want to ask you. Because I'm being able to communicate to you online via social media. Who tell you that we're not going to actually get to that stage? Who tell you that you need all this stress to do all this? Who tell you that you need those of you who have been studying all these things, how many of phones have you made? You find that those who make all these things are not just those paperful people like us. They are those who are talented. We have the same people in our country around the world, but our own pattern of life does not focus on them. Our own pattern of life focus on being the residual set of human beings. It's like kids go out to play and then everyone begin to shoot road, and there's a particular wise kid among them that say, okay, you be this, you will do this, you will act as a servant, you will act as mommy, I will act as daddy, this one we act as our slave, our house girl. So let us begin to act. They agree, but over the time, how don't you know that you are a slave? If I slap you, you won't cry now. You won't beat me back now. You say okay, you are acting film. We are acting film. So in some cases, a younger smart child can beat the father. Then you now have access to slap and molest. Just like that. And because they let us act. Yeah, okay. I also want to join the movie. But the role you are getting is the one that depicts you, that make you look like an errand. Both your leader from bottom to top, errand boys, but rich big errand boys. You see them. They can speak good English. They know. It doesn't matter. They can do grammar. They can do phonetic. All this rolling of tongue. This. That's all. Benefiting to humanity. It's not there. Who taught them? So now, Immortal Testament is really going to be dropping a lot. It's not by me, it's not by a lot of people. It's not a personal thing. I'm an artist, I told you, but I just need to take the time out to let it know, because also this is also my job, to use music to enlighten you guys. Also use words like this to come around and put analysis. More time, I will have more platform that is going to be able to put more analysis on the table, because a lot of this is going on. Like I initially want to drop the issue of the let's say the issue of hostels, but I will do it full live before I close this section of the live chat. You see, hostel was the factory that gave back to gayism and lesbianism. You see, the habit of keeping all men in a particular place and neglecting the laws of nature, when you do that, comes with consequences. If you don't know that, it comes. Know today, it comes with consequences. And when the consequences begin to come, it is foolish of us to blame the consequences, and rather than look at our activities that led to those consequences. When you keep boys only in a particular place, a lot of activities happen there. You forget the laws of nature. You abandon, reject, you don't want to pay attention to the laws of nature. Who made us? It's consequences. When you also keep women, female entity, in a particular place, a cell. To me, you look like a cell. Cell, female cell, male cell. It comes with a lot of consequences. A lot of activities come with them. So we're going to have a lot of activities that it is not the fault of those people there. You are the one that create the world, the environment for those activities to be born. And it destroy their life. Most of them don't know. When the unplayable become playable. So these are the things that contributed to the life that we have today. Going by school was not helpful in the morals, in teaching our people how to be moralists, in making us sane, in making us enlightened, making us seen that, in making us actually waking up to the real world that every other country is waking up to. It doesn't help us. If you have to do our analysis, and we have to be honest with ourselves. I admonish every parent, every enlightened ones that are listening to this, that's going to be watching this, to please draw a line in the what we spend our money on. And next time, I'm going to drop a review on the academic life of the people in Africa, majorly Nigeria specifically, because that's the where I'm live streaming from. That's what is being tagged. So I'm reviewing the activities of academic life that is being not productive. We've not have engineers who can do anything really helpful to the economy. We've not have accountants who actually do anything helpful to the economy. Even we don't have lawyers who can give those guys who have laws and nothing. So education needs to be questioned. That they promise you will help you achieve that, and it has not been achieving that for over 20-30 years. You need to question it. You need to question that thing that they tell you They promise you that it will give you good results, and but over 30 years, 3 decades, it does not give you any good result. You need to question it. It is grand mental case for you to be doing the same thing over and over again and be expecting different results. Thank you very much for your time.